Okay. All right. Okay. So, I was asked last night to get on here and talk today, and I was like, okay, what do I want to talk about? What can I say to these people that they have not already heard 1,000 times before? And pretty much nothing. Nothing came to mind because we talk every day and we've heard it all. So the end. Have a good day. No, I'm just kidding. I did I wanted to, so I got to thinking, and I've been thinking about this for a few days. So I've got this girl and she's a dream teamer. And I finally got her to try the products. And I'm having a really hard time with her because she wants the business. She wants to do it. She hasn't actually looked at me in the eyes and says, "Connie, I want to do this." But every other way that she could say that, she said it to me. But there are two things that are holding her back, and it's her best friend thinks that network marketing is a joke. Okay. They have made fun of me because I'm the Plexus girl. But what's funny is they won't make fun of me to my face because they know better. I'm just kidding. Um, but uh they made fun. They make fun of me, right? And now Ashley's doing it. And now her best friend in the whole wide world is like, "Are you really doing that? Are you really doing that?" So, anyways, she's having a hard time just saying, "Okay, I'm in it to win it. Let's do this." Um, Now I think she's over what her friend is gonna think. Now she's got to get her husband on board. And I'm like, okay, so what do you mean by get your husband on board? She's like, I don't know. He's just not sure about it. He's just not sure about it. So that's what I've been thinking about the last few days. And it's like, I don't know, I'm sure all of y'all, especially the ones that have been here for a while, you just have like these light bulb moments all the time in our business and what we do and how amazing it is. And I'm sitting here thinking about this and I'm like, what is there to not get on board with? You buy your freaking supplements and you share them and you can make a shit ton of money. What is the problem? Like what do you not understand? And not only can you make a good amount of money, you get to help people feel better. Like Alita was saying yesterday, or was it last night? Or I don't know, Allie or somebody. We are making a difference in people's lives, health wise and financial. Like, what's not to get on board with? Like, I just kept thinking, I'm like, what's so hard to understand? Like, people will congratulate and root on and be like, "You got this," and they will start businesses where they have to invest 20, 30, 40, $50,000 or $100,000 to open up storefronts and start boutiques and all that stuff. And that's great. That's all good and well. Um, and I hope everybody succeeds in everything that they decide to do. But I just like the last couple days, I've just been like, I'm like, oh my gosh, like Plexus is the best business ever. Like network marketing, when it's done the right way, because it's not done the right way with a lot of network marketing companies. And that's a shame because that's where sometimes network marketing does get a bad rap. Um, but with Plexus, like y'all, we are so freaking fortunate to get to be here, to get to see the vision and to get to do what we get to do. Like I I look like death ran over today. I got these janky ass sweatpants on that I've had for years. My armpits are sweating because I did a little bit of a workout. I need a shower, but I can still work and I can still make money. I can still message a few people. I can still follow up with some people, and I'm still going to move the needle forward in my business today. And I'll tell you this, I took for granted what Plexus was. Um, and I almost, well, I didn't make a mistake. I think everything happens for a reason. I don't believe in coincidences or happenstance or none of that. I think everything happens for a reason. But um, some of y'all know this, but maybe some of y'all don't. Like, I've been doing this for over 7 years. And I've always believed in it. I've always been like, yes, I can do this, blah, 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 whatever. Well, something happened after, I think it was like 2021. Um, late 2020, 2021. I had a lot of stuff happen personally in my life. My mom got real sick. She almost died. A lot of stuff happened, and I started making excuses for myself why I couldn't work my business. Um, and I kind of let it slip away. And the more I made excuses for myself, the more I validated, like, oh, I can't do this, or I'm so happy for everybody else, they're succeeding, they're doing great, but I just can't. Like, it's just not for me. It's not for me. I can't do this, blah, blah, blah. And I got all in my head, and I think I'm certain that it was Satan, who's going to burn in hell forever, that was trying to keep me from something that was absolutely incredible. And I walked away. I walked away. I didn't stop the products because I love them. They're phenomenal. Took them every day. Um, but I walked away from actively working my business every day. Um, because I just let those bad thoughts come in and tell me that I couldn't do this. And so I started, so funny. I started working in construction. What, who am I? 5'2", this little 5'2" woman bossing around crews of men. I was a boss and they listened to me. And at first I loved it. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I actually have to get up, go to a freaking job. Like, I have to like show up and I don't know, like put my face on and look presentable and, have business meetings and all this stuff. And I actually have to like get up and go to work. I'm like, this freaking sucks. Like, what am I even doing? Like, yes, Lisa, this is the worst. And I started hating it. And I was making really good money, like really good money. And I was like, but I'm telling you, like my marriage was in trouble. Uh every single thing that moved in my house, humans and animals, got on my nerves. I wanted to throw clothing items away. I wanted to throw everything in my house away because not only was I going to work, like having to go to work, I was coming home and doing all the things that us moms do, and men do it too. I'm sure some men don't, but some men do anyways. Um, it was too much. And I was like, and then it just hit me like another light went off in my head. And it was like, what in the teetotal hell are you doing, Connie? Shoot. Like, you have a Plexus business. You had a Plexus business. You had a team of people underneath you. And might I say, whether it's 2 people or whether it's 100 people, it doesn't matter. If you have one person underneath you, then you have somebody on your team. You have somebody that you've helped. You have something to grow on, right? Like, I had this amazing business opportunity, and because of the devil, and those stupid thoughts, that I allowed myself to believe, I walked away from it. And for like a year and a half, almost 2 years, I was freaking miserable. I was miserable, and I was making the most money that I had ever made. Me and my husband made a crap ton of money that year and a half, and the other year. And I was freaking miserable. And then that's when it hit me again. I'm like, okay, screw this. Like, I love my listen, I had these sweetest little Mexicans on my team, and they were like just little babies, and I loved them so much. And I still text them. I'm like, hola, amigo, Google Translate. I love it. And I check on them and see how they're doing. They're my little buddies and I love them so much. And I miss them. But they're out there building stuff and I'm here building my Plexus business now. But it took sometimes, and that's why I think everything happens for a reason. And y'all know who I am by now. I'm squirrely. I'm all over the place. So try and keep up. But that's why I say everything happens for a reason. It took, and I'm hard-headed. I got like 3 more entire Zooms to tell you everything that happened in my life that made me who I am today. Because I'm hard-headed and I've had to learn everything the hard way, but not today. But anyway, this particular thing, I had to learn the hard way that what I had in front of me, what we all have right here is so freaking incredible. Like, and it's so easy. I think we overcomplicate it too. I know I have. I have overcomplicated this business so many times. And I've made things seem scary that are really not scary. Like, and I'm not trying to invalidate your feelings. Like, if you make a vulnerable post, I'm not saying, oh, you don't need to feel nervous or whatever because you're being vulnerable. That don't hear what I'm not saying. But me personally, like, reaching out to people or sending a message to a huge dream teamer, somebody that actually maybe intimidates me a little bit, that's been, extremely more successful than I consider myself being, like somebody that scares you to reach out to. I know you all have that person. Um, and I just, so many times I overcomplicated it or I made it way worse than it actually was. When you actually they're just freaking people. They're just people. And I think I don't know, like we overcomplicate. That's like people with celebrities. They're like, oh my gosh, that's freaking Nicole Kidman. Well, so what? Like, who cares? Like, they're just people. Like, I don't know where I was going with that. See, I'm squirrel brain. I might need ADD medication. But anyway, um, we overcomplicate this business. And like what we do, like the actions that are required that we take to move the needle forward in our business is not hard. It's not hard. And it can be done in a really short amount of time too. Like, if you will set a timer on your phone, and I've had to do this because life is busy, life happens. I know we're, not everybody's just sitting around with time on their hands just to kill, like, oh, I don't have anything to do today but just work my business. No, we're all busy. Like, set a timer on your phone, 30 minutes. Don't answer a phone call. I don't care if it's from your upline. Don't answer the phone call. That's right, Lisa. Don't answer the phone call. If it's your husband or your wife calling you for no reason at all, but to ask you, what are you doing? I'm working. Like, focus, make a list. Say, I'm going to reach out to 10 people. I'm going to send these 10 messages. I'm going to follow up with these 10 people. I'm going to do this. I'm telling you, you would be absolutely shocked at what 30 minutes of like just full focus, fingers to the board, typing, talking, checking in, following up, reaching out, that showing up every single day, consistently can move the needle forward in your business. And I don't know. My whole point today was just, I want y'all all to like realize how incredibly blessed you are, how incredibly blessed we all are to have this team that we have and to have this opportunity in front of us. And also that every single one of you can absolutely do it. Like, quit making excuses. On days that and I'm speaking to myself here, okay? I'm not calling you people excuse makers and crybabies, but I'm saying this to myself. Quit making excuses. Quit crying and feeling sorry for yourself. Quit saying that you don't have time. Quit procrastinating. Oh, squirrel. Listen, there's a podcast and I'm going to put it in the chat and I want you all to listen to it. And then I want y'all to comment when you're done listening to it because it is so freaking good. It's about procrastination. And just how bad it is for us. Like we're just putting off the inevitable. I don't know. That's a whole nother Zoom, but I want y'all to listen to that. Um,
I
but
say
just
something, Connie? I'm
yes,
gonna interrupt
please.
you and make you even more squirrely.
I know it's hilarious. I'm ridiculous. Yes, please talk.
I I asked Connie to share this morning because the girl's on fire. And and she has walked through things like she shared, right? Like, getting another job, and just like not being focused right on the Plexus business. But let me tell you, the girl is showing up. She's doing the things. She's being coachable. She's leading her team like a freaking diamond. You know, it's like showing up with the energy, just like Alita talked about. It's like you got to show up with an intensity and energy. It doesn't mean you have to work your tail off 24/7, but it's just like when you're showing up, you got to be intentional. You got to be intentional about having the conversations that need to happen. So Connie's been messaging people, signing people up, and then talking to them about the business and going silver and casting vision. And she's doing it over and over and over, just like she should. So it's like anytime someone is on fire, like Connie's on fire, we want to make sure that we hear from them, right? Because energy is contagious. I know anybody that got on a call with Alita yesterday felt that energy. Like there's just no way around it. And I can tell you that Connie has the fire. So it's like, jump on that train. Because the reality is, it's like that train is coming, it is going right by you. You can either stand on the sideline and be like, okay, good luck. I love you. I'm glad to be a part of this. Or you jump on that train and you catch the fire, you catch the vision, and you run with it. And she's right. All of us can do this. All of us can be successful in this. You just have to decide. And I say probably both Connie and I would agree, don't waste time being, you know, distracted by the negative thoughts that come, and they come to all of us. It's almost like you got to train your brain to um, notice those negative thoughts, notice that negative mindset, identify it, do some self reflection on it, not too long, and then move past it. Because it's like all of that's going to come always, the rest of our lives. But it's such a waste of your life to be distracted by that. And I just love seeing Connie have these breakthroughs because you can see it. You guys, when you have breakthroughs, you can feel it, you can see it, you can taste it. And this girl has had major breakthroughs, and it's like she's doing it. So I won't doubt when she walks across that stage at all this next convention as a jewel because she's doing the things. And the reality is, it was her decision. She made a choice. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And that's all it is. You, she showed up all these years, even after taking a break and coming back. And coming back is a very humbling thing if you think about it. It's one of those things where it's hard to be like, I know I've been gone a little bit, but now I'm back. Good news is, none all of us have been there in whether it's a day or 6 months or a year. We've all been there, right? Where we didn't show up like we should. So just know, like, we've all been humbled in that way, but
Mhm.
also that it takes grit. This business takes grit, and Connie is showing that grit. Because it's not always fun to tell the same people over and over, hey, you should get 3 people. Hey, you should go silver. Hey, this vision, you know what I mean? But it's doing those things over and over and over that is going to make the difference. And that's exactly what Connie is doing right now. And that's exactly why I asked her to talk today, because this girl is on fire and I want you guys to be blessed by her fire. And let me tell you, I just want to share this real quick, Connie, if you don't mind.
No, you share whatever. Go ahead. You're doing way better than me. Carry
Shut
on.
up. Don't make me kick your butt. Just kidding. She would kill me. But I, my in laws have been married for 57 years. and they've had a horrible marriage for 57 years. And they never worked on it. They have a lot of bitterness. They are having major problems right now. My mother-in-law has dementia. Every day is like this battle. My husband is the full-time caregiver for her. My father-in-law has threatened to leave or divorce her twice in the last week and a half. And we're talking someone that doesn't even know who her husband is half the time. So really, she's going downhill. And I look at that and I get so angry because it's like, you've had 57 years to work on your marriage. You've had 57 years to figure this out. And you didn't, right? So there's bitterness, there's resentment, there's a lack of, obviously, love in a lot of ways. And it makes me angry because it was their choice. We all have this choice of, how do we want to show up in life? Do we want to work on our marriages? Marriage is hard. You got to work at it. It's like, do we want to work on that? Or do we want to become bitter and have a horrible marriage? And guess who is having the biggest effects besides my in-laws? My husband, who is in the middle playing referee on a daily basis, having to go rescue his mom because she feels like her husband's trying to kill her. Do you know what I mean? Like crazy stuff. And it's all a choice. So I know that seems extreme to compare it to Plexus, but the reality is it's the same thing. We have a choice. Do we want to show up in that healthy mindset, or do we want to just stay where we are and become bitter because we're not ranking where we want to do or hitting the goals? It's a freaking choice. So you guys decide. Do I want to show up with the energy that I need to, the activity that I need to do to hit those goals? Or do I want to stay in a 57-year-old miserable marriage? I mean, that's reality. So I would encourage all of you guys, because just seeing this, where, my in-laws aren't going to live that much longer. And it's so heartbreaking. They have not one friend. It's not an exaggeration. They have not one friend. They have no community. They're in a miserable marriage. And my husband is picking up all the pieces on a daily basis while he's trying to work a job and take care of his own family. So it's like, comparing it to Plexus, you can decide, am I going to show up every day? Am I going to post about Plexus at least once a day in my stories or on my Facebook feed? Am I going to add value to the people in my life? Am I going to work on relationships? Am I going to have the events that I have to have, because this is a relationship business? And the best way to grow my business is by having events. Am I going to do that, or am I going to be on the sidelines watching this train of momentum going by as everyone's earning all this stuff and earning all this money and impacting all these different lives? It's your choice. You can decide. So freaking show up. I'm not saying you're not, but show up and know that we have this opportunity to make a difference in a lot of people's lives. And it's a gift that we have to give away. So we need to tell as many people as we can about this gift that we have in Plexus. I am stuck in this crazy twilight zone of my in-laws right now. But I can tell you, I'm so thankful for Plexus, because I can see what happens when you don't have community, when you don't have hope, and when you don't take care of yourself. So that's all I have to say. And Connie, you are on fire, and it has been such a privilege to watch the shift happen. So thank you for sharing today.
Well, Lisa, that was amazing. I mean, I can't even, I mean, call is done. Call is done. But I will back what she said. It's a choice. Like the way your business is, the way you run your business is your choice. You can choose to have a stagnant business, and you can choose to sit around and say, oh, my team's not growing and they aren't doing what I'm telling them to do. Guess what? 90% of people that I tell to make a Facebook post or do this business with me or whatever, they don't freaking do it. But I'm not going to sit around and feel sorry for myself because they're not listening to me. and think, oh my gosh, I'm not a good leader. I can't do this. No, that's BS. It's BS. It's bullshit. I'm making the choice. Okay, well, you know what? And I'm telling you, when I flipped my mindset to, well, if they don't want to do it, that's on them. Like that's their loss. I'm going to keep telling them. I'm going to keep encouraging that they can. Um, but I'm not going to let, the fact that they don't see what I see yet keep me from achieving what I want to achieve. Like, and it's just that simple. It's that choice of high energy. I know what I have before me. I know that I'm capable of doing it. If she can do it, he can do it. So can I. Period. I'm going to make it happen. We're going all the way. We're going hard or we're going home. We're going to do this. It's a choice. You're right, Lisa. It is a choice. How you want your business to run. And it's a choice how you show up every day. And your mindset is also a choice too. The thoughts are going to come in. Those comparison is a thief of joy. All those things are going to come in. But you also have the choice to say, yeah, not today. You can just go right back where you came from because I'm right here and I refuse to go back down here. Okay. We're staying up here. If not, we're going higher. And that's where we're going. So that's it. Time's up. Lisa, thank you. I love you. I love all of y'all. Let's go kick some, what? High energy. Do your thing. I'm like Alita. I'm terrible with endings. So I love you. Peace out. Go work your business. Okay.